actually starts as a concept, as an idea. Within the quantum field, there are countless concepts. And we as humans, we have the unique ability to resonate with one of these concepts, and that concept pops into our mind. And within our imagination, we can experience it to a degree, and we can see it. And then we have a belief, a conviction that this could actually happen. What I'm seeing in my imagination right now could actually be a reality. I believe it. Wow, think of the repercussions. This is the solution to this particular problem. This is the version of myself that's going to be greater than what I was previous. This is going to bring value to my life. And then as this person continues to think on this concept or on this idea, it becomes more energized, and they become more inspired, and more hope arises inside of them. And as this process continues, they are literally changing their lens on life. The way that they're perceiving their environment is starting to shift, and they're starting to recognize opportunities and relationships that are in harmony with bringing about this idea. And then they become presented with a choice. They have a chance to take an action that will literally help bring rise to this concept. And they can choose to align with it and move forward, or to ignore it. But if they align with it and they take action, they are now adding that much more energy into the conception of this idea. And as they continue to take more and more chances, and they make more choices into making this idea a reality, more energy is being injected into the fractal equation of that concept. Once that equation hits a critical threshold, it then advances to the next level and it comes to fruition. But in the meanwhile, this person is continually taking action and behaving in a way that is changing their brain, their subconscious mind. They are literally wiring themselves to habitually take an action that's going to help this concept become reality. And in doing so, they become that very concept. After they become that concept then follows. And it's birthed. And it is now the cause of a new effect. But it doesn't stop there. That person will likely have another idea that is a greater version of that concept. And then they have a belief that it could actually happen. And then they are presented with more opportunities into making it happen. And this is a perpetual process. It never ends. There is always a greater level when it comes to innovation, and when it comes to personal growth, and when it comes to collective society, our growth together. Life within this universe is of a fractal nature. Our experiences, different life forms, technology, everything is governed by these little equations that go all the way down to the micro to the macro. And everything is driven by faith. Faith is the very state that allowed that concept or that idea to actually become energized in that person's imagination because they had to believe that it was possible. That was the true connection, that spark moment, when the momentum started to build and the energy started to build. And then there was also faith that enabled that person to actually take action and to make choices, take risks in developing that very idea. So what's the opposite of faith? Fear. Fear is the one thing that can actually stop a concept from being born. Doubt, worry, guilt, double-mindedness, all these different forms of fear can find its way into our experience and detract us from actually moving forward with something. But it can also be a gift. The moment that we come against an obstacle or a doubt, we have the opportunity to let ourselves feel that to its full capacity and then reconceptualize that very line of thought, identify where that fear is coming from, and then reconceptualize that version of thinking into seeing it in a new light. And it could be very valuable. Perhaps that's actually bringing attention to something that needed to be altered in order for that concept to become real. Then that person took the moment to extract value from that doubt-based experience. And now, moving forward, they can feel that much better, that much more confident because the problem was solved. And this just adds more faith. This is why being in a state of hope, of optimism, and a solution-based mind is so powerful. We always have the choice to align with what we believe is going to happen. We can choose a fearful outcome, or we can choose a confident, inspiring outcome. We can also allow ourselves to get caught in a downward cyclical spiral by just thinking about our past and thinking, this is happening to me and I can't stop this. This is my genetics. It was what I was born. I was shaped by my environment. That's only true to an extent. The real truth is, we have control over how we respond to engaging our imagination for what is to be in the future. What we expect has a profound implication as to what we experience, and what we put out, behavior-wise, has a profound way of coming back to us down the road. What we focus on is extremely important because it forms our lens. The way that our lens is formed dictates what we're going to experience. The ideal state for us to be in is the gamma brainwave state. This is when we have access to our subconscious mind and we are the most receptive to new ideas. Also, in this gamma wave state, we have a very strong conviction and an unshakable confidence moving forward. We need to be confident with our what-ifs. We need to find value from what was and have a genuine appreciation for what is. That is when we are optimal. That is when we are highly effective. That is when we're victorious.